Hi, I'm Glenyce Hughes, and I get to travel this beautiful planet of ours, facilitating people in creating their dreams come true. How did I get so lucky? And I've actually been at home for a while, and you know what? I've really been enjoying it, even though it's Alberta and it's winter. I do look longingly at my pool every day, and I'm counting down to April 30th when the pool guys will be here to open it up. What else is possible? However, I do get to enjoy a pool prior to that. I will be in Arizona at the beginning of April. So if you're looking for a foundation class, come and play. All right. So what I wanted to talk about today is, are you willing to be inconsistent? I know, right? It's something we're actually taught not to be. We're taught to be very consistent. And we have a lot of, I shouldn't say we, I had a lot of very interesting points of views around being consistent. And recently, if you've been listening to my radio shows and such, you know that I did a radio show called I Blew Up My Business a few weeks ago, and everything is changing. And it's so freaking different than I ever would have thought it would be, which means there's so many things I'm not doing in the business on a consistent basis like I always did. And I have been for years. And one of them is actually the radio show. So for the last 2 weeks, I haven't done a radio show. Now, it's not that I don't enjoy doing radio shows. It's that when my business asks me is when I will do the radio show. So I really am just totally letting go of control. I mean, I'd love to say 100%, but let's be honest, I'm a control freak of magnitude. So I'm way, way, way less controlling now than I was even a year ago. And what I think is so interesting is, a year ago, I ran a one-time call, and I'll put the link somewhere if you want to listen in, to clearings to get out of control. And it really was my target to have it be, where 2019 was the year that I let that go. And I did it early in the year, so I kind of thought it would occur sooner, and probably in lots of ways it did. But ultimately, I would say in the last, well, ever since the certified facilitator in Australia in December is where I've really, really, really been letting go of what you're supposed to do in the right way and the proper way and the business way. And if you want to be successful, you need to do A, B, C, and D. And it's been so freeing. I cannot even tell you how freeing it's been. And business has been booming like never before. So I wonder where in your life you might be refusing or resisting to be inconsistent. Yeah. Now you really want to be aware of it though, guys. I'm not talking about just, if you've been doing something on a regular basis just to stop just for the sake of stopping. That's not what I'm talking about at all, but really getting present, really asking whatever it is. So in terms of business, it's the business who, is asking for a radio show when it asks for it. And so really, for me, being present with it, not, oh, it's a new week, I must have a radio show. That's not a question. So it really is a different space, and the willingness to be aware and the willingness to be judged. I have got some, interesting emails and Facebook messages and stuff from people who are, upset that I haven't got a new radio show out for a while. And, I'm grateful because they're looking for it and they're interested in it. So I'm grateful for that. And also just the willingness to receive that there might be people, when you change things, might not be so happy with it, or it's just different, right? When we're used to something, sometimes it's a retraining for people. So looking at that in every area of our lives, I've been talking a lot about business, and I'm doing it in every area of my life. Because truly, when you look, at least for me, when I look at living, like truly creating a living that I love, it does require an inconsistency, because creating a life that you love isn't always going to be the same. You know, for a while, traveling back to back constantly was, you know, we were loving it. And then it's time to be home for a while. And the honoring of that, and the honoring of our bodies, and the honoring of what we require. And each one of us, when I say we, I'm talking about hubby and I. And so, you know, he did go away for a couple weeks recently to an event, a geocaching event. And that, you know, that worked for him, and it worked for me to stay home, and just having no point of view about it, and willingness to follow what lights us up in that moment, rather than figuring it out, making a, you know, a plan that we have to stick to forever. It's like, just, are you willing to be inconsistent? Yeah, and I know, I mean, I'm getting so clear now of how much I wasn't and how much I am now. Like, truly, and how much space it gives me to truly choose in every 10 seconds of what actually is being asked of me, and then what's fun for me. What would I like to do? Yeah. So have an awesome week, sweet friends, and I look forward to chatting with you when I chat with you. Of course, if you've seen my videos before, I always say I look forward to chatting with you next week. But at this point, who knows when I will chat with you next? But thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm so grateful for you.